Hey Indianapolis Motor Speedway fans, Doug Bowles here in the basement of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. Many of you have been through here, seen the wonderful collection that our museum has, the foundation. It's a 501c3. You can join it, you can be part of it, you can help contribute to the history of it. Go on their website or talk to some of the folks here when you visit next time. But today we're actually in the basement, near where the basement tour is, that collection that a lot of people want to see. You can do that as well. But a lot of folks don't know is there's some vaults down here, and inside those vaults is a lot of the history of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that you don't see on the floor. In fact, there's so much of it, we couldn't get it all out on the floor. Today, we're gonna go inside this vault and we're gonna check out the history of the badges, those bronze and silver badges that many of you have during the month of May that allow you access to the garage and the pit area, and talk a little bit about how you can get your own for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. Let's open this up and peek in the vault. Come on. Well, we are in the vault, in the basement at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. We want to talk a little bit about the history first, and then we'll talk to Paige and Lexi a bit. But as we're going to really touch some history here, I get to put on some fancy white gloves, so we'll do that. You're getting the white glove treatment here and behind the bricks today as we talk about the history of our badges. So when you look back at the history of the badge here at the Speedway, you needed a credential even from the first race in 1911 to get into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the museum has quite a few of those so that we can go back and remember history. The oldest one that we have here today for you to take a look at is actually from 1912. So this is what, if you worked here at the Speedway or you were management part of the Speedway, that badge would actually get you into the racetrack and identified you as somebody who was supposed to be in different areas. Really until 1937 or through 1937, the badge was a piece of paper. And then in 1938 it became metal, and we have an example of what that looked like in 1938. But this badge right here was the 1938 badge that actually got you into the racetrack and said you were in the places you should go. So that was the first year that we went to metal. And then up until World War II, these were the badges that folks were given at that point in time. But the badges we think of today really didn't start until 1947 for sure. There's some thought that maybe in 1946, that first year that the Hallman George family owned it, that they had some. But in 1947, if you wanted to come to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you had your Novi badge, really in honor of the winner of the 1946 Indianapolis 500. And this little cardboard thing, many of you that have been around for a long time remember that backer. So this badge got you into the gates, it got you into pits and garage area throughout the entire month until race day. And on race day, if you had a 99 and a backer, that let you go anywhere you wanted on race day. So this was really valuable. Today we don't have those. We do have something that gets you out on the grid and an opportunity to get there, but we don't have the backer per se the way that it was. So beginning in 1947, those badges were really important, and they've looked different every year, celebrating previous winners, celebrating sponsors, celebrating original equipment manufacturers like car manufacturers and their history of the Speedway, one celebrating Sid Collins. This year, you gotta wait and stay tuned. You're gonna see a pretty cool badge this year that Paige and Lexi are gonna help us go ahead and unveil here shortly, but not in this episode of Behind the Bricks. So a couple other things, just to give you some examples. These right here are badges that were used on the 4 years that Alessandro Sr. won the Indianapolis 500, but that gives you an idea of those years that he won. And then as you look over here, one of the most recent ones we have here is the 2009 silver and bronze badges. That's the history. It's really important. A lot of our race fans collect these, but Paige, if I'm a race fan, I have an opportunity at least to pick up a bronze badge, which gives me an opportunity to get in the gates. How does a customer get that bronze badge?
Absolutely. So they can purchase it by going to our website right now at ims.com, or they can call our office Monday through Friday, and Lexi and I will help you get it all taken care of.
And then when they go ahead and say, I want one of those, typically when can they pick those up? Do they get delivered? How do they get those?
Yes, so for 2022, they'll be able to be picked up starting the first Monday in May, and then we're open every day up till race day, and we have extended hours so they can just stop by on their first trip out to the track.
And then that badge literally gets them in the gate?
Absolutely. Every practice day, qualifications, Carb Day, and Legends Day, it'll cover gate admission and garage access, so it's a great experience.
So and the cost for that badge is what?
It's $150 right now. If you want to save $10, purchase before April 1st, and then after April 1st, it goes up to $160.
And that badge, I don't pay my $15 to get in the racetrack in those days.
You do not have to. Nope, it covers it.
So the only day it doesn't work, only 2 days, it does not work on Grand Prix race day and Indy 500 race day.
Correct. Yep.
Unless, if I have a bronze badge, is there a way that it works on race day?
Unfortunately, there is not, but if you wanted to purchase a silver badge,
there we go.
You can purchase a silver badge, and that gives you that awesome pit access as well on all those practice days. But with that silver badge, you have the option to purchase the pre-race credential, which gets you out on the grid before the race.
And those are really limited quantities.
Yes.
And a little bit more expensive because of all the insurance and the other things that go along with that particular
Correct.
access.
Correct, yes.
So we'll really appreciate that. So you guys, if you purchase badges or you get a badge because you're on a race team and you come in and see Paige and Lexi, they really manage the whole team. How many people are actually working for you in the month of May? Because we've got the whole counter going. You've got a whole host of people that help you execute.
Yeah, we hire about 10-ish people to help us during the month of May that come in. They manage our inside office and help us trackside as well.
So there you go. That's what happens today with these silver and bronze badges. But we thought it'd be really cool for you to know that we have all of those from the very beginning here in our collection, as well as the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's collection. But it makes it feel more special, I think, when you know that silver or bronze badge that you're wearing for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500 dates all the way back to the early days right after World War II, and even back to the very beginning of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway when people got that special access. So thank you so much for joining us here in the vault. You know, we got down here and got pretty excited about some of the things here. So stay tuned to Behind the Bricks, because there is so much here in this vault that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum takes care of. It's not just the cars you see, but lots and lots of history. Just a little peek, trophy after trophy after trophy. The history of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, IndyCar racing, racing in general, is something that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum takes care of. You can be a member. You can join the IMS Museum, get on their website, become a member. It is a not-for-profit. We're doing everything we can to support them because they take care of not just the history of the Indianapolis 500, but so much of the history of our racing. Hopefully you had fun on this real Behind the Bricks, or under the museum, or in the vault side of Behind the Bricks at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Look forward to seeing you here on more episodes. Look forward to seeing you at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway trackside.